Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Scott Show. This is the Bible study show. We are talking about the Ten Commandments today. I figured what I would do normally, I talk about New Testament stuff, stuff that I have delved into a lot in my history. I'm not really an Old Testament kind of guy when it comes to the Bible. I do like the Book of Ruth. I like, the stories that are in there, the parables, however they want to put it out there. I like the Old Testament, but I'm definitely a little bit more on the New Testament side, just because that's what I've learned a little bit more of. But I did want to come on here and say that I will be kind of studying different parts of the Bible with the Scriptures with Scott show and stuff like that. So I figured I would come on here and do a little thing about the Ten Commandments. Now, just an inside little piece of business. This podcast will not be as long as the movie, The Ten Commandments, starring Charlton Heston. Okay, that joke was just not even funny. So I'll try again at a different time to come up with something else. But yes, it will not be that long, because that was a really, really long movie. So what we're going to do here, folks, is I'm going to go through the 10 commandments that are here. I'm actually at 10commandments.org. It's all over it's all over the internet and the Bible. It is also found in Exodus chapter 20 and Deuteronomy chapter 5. So it is actually listed twice in the Bible, which I did not know until today. So check out those two scriptures if you have any questions on that. So let's begin with the 10 Commandments. Number 1, you shall have no other gods before me. Now, that is a huge first part. God is God. That's period, end of story. So, I mean, I don't know how much further you want to go into that, but that's just what it is. You shall not make for yourself the carved image any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. And now I'm kind of switching back and forth between these different ones, and that's pretty much what it is right there. Number 3, you shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain. I will tell you basic number 1, probably the number 1 commandment that everybody breaks. If you guys have a disagreement on that, by all means, hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, SoundCloud, wherever you can find this great and awesome podcast. You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain. So many people do that. I think, like I said, I think that's the number 1 that gets broken, but again, maybe not. Number 4, remember the Sabbath day to make it holy. Now, folks, that's on Sunday. That's the recognized Christian day of holiness, or the Sabbath. The thing is, mail doesn't come that day. Banks are closed that day. For a Christian country that we are in, and I would still label the United States a Christian country because we're sitting here still celebrating Christmas, still celebrating our right to have open religion wherever you want it. As long as you're not shooting up people and whatever else, or coming up with an army of your own like they did in Waco. Yeah, I do remember that, Waco, Texas, and the David Koresh Branch Davidians. The Sabbath day, for most parts of Christian religion, the Sabbath day is Sunday. Now, I know that some other groups think that the Sabbath day is on Saturday. That's okay. I mean, I'm not going to argue which day is the Sabbath day. It is what you believe. But to keep it holy, I think that for the most part we have worked on that. Like I said, mail doesn't come that day. Banks are closed that day. Most businesses are closed that day. Chick-fil-A is closed that day. And for people who are listening to this who are not by a Chick-fil-A, yes, their main boss closes Chick-fil-A on Sundays. There you go, because it's a Sabbath day. So in a Christian world that we live in, and in a Christian country that we live in, I think that we have somewhat achieved that goal. However, if football wasn't to start until after 1 o'clock, then maybe I would think that a little bit further. But at least in the fall, it's church and football, folks. That's what it is. Number 5 is honor your mother and father. And actually it says father first. It probably says that in most versions of the Bible. I will say that in the writings of the Bible, men are given way too many rights over women. So, however you want to take that, it is what it is. Number 6, you shall not murder. Pretty self-explanatory. Don't kill somebody. Number 7, you shall not commit adultery. Again, pretty self-explanatory. I'm not going to go too far into that one. Number 8, you shall not steal. Again, it's one of those things. And it's amazing to me how many people follow the Christian religion and still have broken most of the commandments. I've been studying a lot of kings and queens and just all over the Church of England and France, and found out that a lot of the people who were leaders of the churches were not the best. Just saying. So, the most important part for anything is to follow your own heart on that one. That's what I think. Number 9, you shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. I think that you should just take care of everybody else. I mean, I just go back to 1 Corinthians, where it says, hey, love is patient and kind, and take care of your neighbor. That's important. Number 10, you shall not covet your neighbor's house. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife, nor his male servant, nor his female servant, nor his ox, nor his donkey, nor anything that is your neighbor's. That, to me, is such one that it's very timely for the time that it says, do not covet your neighbor's house or wife or servant. There you go, folks. Yeah, this is Bible times we're talking about. This is many, 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 many moons ago. And then, you have the ox and the donkey. And then you just add in anything else that's the neighbor's. Anything else that belongs to the neighbor, don't covet that. This time it'd be laptop, iPad, and lawn. It is what it is. So these are the 10 commandments laid down by the Lord in Exodus chapter 20 and Deuteronomy chapter 5. By all means, check them out. And in the New Testament, going back to that, and it says right here, so I'm going to read this little part right here. It says about 1,400 years later, the Ten Commandments were summed up in the New Testament, Matthew 22, when Jesus was confronted by religious experts of the day. And here it starts in, it's 36 to 40 in number 22 of Matthew. Teacher, which is the greatest commandment in the law? Jesus replied, love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. And the second is like it, love your neighbor as yourself. All the laws and prophets hang on these two commandments. So there you go. That is right from Matthew chapter 22, verses 36 and 40. And it looks like we got some more followers. Awesome. We love followers on Twitter. Things pop up here all the time, folks. We got Twitter, SoundCloud, Facebook. We got our 102550 YouTube rocking it today. Today has been just one of the best days on our recordings and on our stuff. We got more videos. We got plenty of stuff coming out today. I'm pleased as punch about what we've been able to accomplish, and it's all because of you, the listener, paying attention to what we're doing here on the Scott Show and the 102550 Homeless Project. So I wanted to bring you guys the 10 Commandments today, and we did that. If any of you guys want to hear anything, or any comments or any topics that you want us to touch on, by all means hit us up on Facebook. We're all over Facebook at 102550. We're on YouTube. All of our podcasts go on YouTube, and you can check us out there as well. We got plenty of updates coming up today as well, and we're going to catch you guys really soon. Check us out at tinyurl.com/102550, and we'll have lots of more insight and more content coming up here, folks. So check us out, like I said, tinyurl.com/102550. Thank you. You guys have a great day.